Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Blossom Benta. That's to my new subscribers and viewers. Feel most welcome, feel at home, and this is where we roll. To my returning subscribers and viewers, you guys are just the best. You're the OGs. Thank you for this subscription, and thank you for always being here with me. Thank you for the support that you've always been giving me. I don't take it for granted, but I still appreciate each and every one of you. Still, as I say, the family is growing and it's road to 300 subscribers. So please, kindly, if at all you're watching me and you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're still waiting for. Kindly subscribe and subscribe. Continue liking, continue commenting, continue telling a friend to tell a friend, and I welcome all of you. So we've been talking more a lot about traditional customs and beliefs, and now we've been talking about the death in when it comes to the traditional African setups and everything that pertains it and surrounds it. So yesterday I was talking about how people viewed the dead and the arrangements that were made, especially if somebody dies. I don't know where I left it from. So if at all you're watching for the first time and you haven't watched my other videos, I'll kindly go back and watch. In fact, there yesterday's video, go back and watch so that at least you can know and you can be at par at whatever I'm talking about. So this is just a continuation of the previous video that we were having, because I saw that it was going to be too long and I never wanted it to be that long. So I decided to have a part 2 of it. And so as we want now to continue about the dead, I don't know where we were at, but what I would like to say is that when it came to death and funeral arrangements in the African setup, it was different as compared to the other communities, because you will find out that in most of the communities they have different ways of which they go about when it comes to death and funeral. Because the other communities there whereby they don't mourn, like they don't cry when somebody is dead, they don't cry, they don't wail. Unlike the Luos, whereby they cry and they wail without being ashamed of themselves. They celebrate, they dance after the person has already been buried and such. So you'll find that when it comes to the dead, to the burial and celebrating of the life of somebody who has already died, when it comes to that, especially in the Luo setup, they normally celebrate so much. There's a lot of food to be eaten. There's a lot of emotions that are involved. I'm not saying that other communities they don't have any emotions involved, but when it comes to the Luos, they really know how to mourn their dead. Yes, they really know how to mourn their dead. And people are mourned, especially the dead were mourned according to like the age. Yeah, according to the age, it mattered so much even till now. Because you'll find that if you're told a child is dead, there is a way in which they can mourn a child. And if I told the person is older, maybe he was a village man, or maybe it was just an elder person, you find that there was also a way in which that person was mourned. So that was the same in the traditional African society. In the Luo community, people are mourned according to, first of all, the age, the title that they held, and then what made them die, the cause of their dead. Because you'll find that there are different ways in which somebody would die, like maybe drowning. That was one of them. Maybe they went swimming when they were fishing and then they just drowned. Maybe it was just natural calamities like sickness. Maybe it was like how can I put it? Maybe somebody just died along the road. Maybe being killed or something, or maybe somebody just committed suicide. So there's a reason that why I'm saying this, because when it came to death, if at all it was the person died of natural calamities, or maybe the person was just killed, the person was given a befitting burial and was mourned, and people wailed, people screamed, people shouted, celebrations were conducted, something of that sort. But the difference came, especially when the person died by committing suicide. Suicide was something that was shunned upon. Nobody wanted to discuss something to do with committing suicide, especially in the olden days, in the Luo customs and traditions. If at all you committed suicide, that was like an abomination. It was like a taboo in the entire village and neighborhood. It was just a taboo, and nobody wanted to be associated with a family that one of them committed suicide, because it was believed that that spirit of committing suicide would continue from one generation to another in that lineage. So you'll find that if at all once somebody committed suicide today, this spirit of committing suicide will still come and rest upon that family. So if at all there is nothing that so if at all nothing was done to like try to, can I say, wipe away that kind of spirit or something, yeah, you'll find that some of the descendants of this person will still commit suicide. So there were some things that were cleansing. Yeah, there was like some cleansing that were done, that were conducted, that if somebody committed suicide in a family, the whole family would be cleansed, the whole homestead would be cleansed, so that that spirit of committing suicide would go away. So if at all somebody committed suicide, that house was burnt down. Yes, the house where he or she, if at all that person committed suicide in the house, nobody wanted to live there. Even you cannot even live there. So if this person committed suicide, in the olden days, there was no mourning. Yes, people wouldn't mourn. We just mourn, but people would not even scream, shout, wail, and such. It was just a somber moon that will engulf the whole village and the whole home. Unlike other people who maybe, if at all somebody dies of natural death, you'll find that people will cry, people will scream, people will shout, people would party afterwards, and something else of that sort. But if at all you died by committing suicide, that was unheard of. It was just silence everywhere. Nobody wanted to talk about it, and you are not even being given a befitting burial, because it was believed that this is a spirit that wasn't good in the village and in the community. And another thing, if ever told somebody commit, like if you commit suicide by hanging, yes, if you commit suicide by hanging, the first person that would meet you or would see you, if I told maybe you are hanging in the tree or something, that person, the person that would be the first to see you, was forced to take a cane and just cane you. The person would just cane you, even if, yes, I know the person is dead, but he would just cane you, so that at close that spirit would just go away. And that shock, it was believed that that shock that you'd be having would stay with you if at all you don't do that. So this person would be forced to take a cane, even if it's a child. You just take a cane, you put it you hold it together with the child's hand, and just start caning that person who committed suicide. That was what was done. And if at all maybe you are walking and you find a person who, maybe the person just died on the road, or yeah, because there were always situations whereby maybe people would go hang out, maybe to take some drinks or such, because in the olden days they used to like come together, and then a pot full of local brew would be put in the middle, and then people would drink from it, you see. So we'll find that maybe there was this person who maybe never liked you or was jealous of you or something of that sort. So this person will maybe try to spice up, to poison maybe your drink or something, and then you will end up dying. Maybe on your way home you'll just die, or maybe somebody will just kill you or something of that sort. So if at all you come across somebody who is dead on the road, yes, who is dead on the road, what you needed to do is to take some leaves. There are just leaves that are wherever. You know, if you go to the village, you cannot pass without even getting some leaves. The leaves are always everywhere. So if you find yourself in that situation whereby you are walking and then you come across a dead person, what you're supposed to be doing is to take some leaves and cover the person, cover the person using the leaves. Just drop the leaves on top of that person. The another person who would come would also do the same, and you find that now there would be heaps and heaps of leaves covering that person. So that, I don't know the reason behind it. Maybe somebody who is from the Luo community will tell me the reason why this person was covered by leaves. Yes, why you are forced to take the leaves and cover this person. Somebody, if I told you are from Kenya, and you are a Luo, kindly tell me the reason why you would do that. If at all you find somebody who is dead on the road, you take some leaves and cover that person. You take some leaves and cover that person. But I just believe that it was like to cover the spirit, to cover the spirit of that person, so that the spirit wouldn't follow you. I think that was that was the reason. So that was that, and that is what they used to do. So there were different ways. So after that, then people would come and they take the person maybe to the morgue, or maybe take the person home, because in the old days there were no morgues. So the person would be taken. They would identify the person, try to identify the person, where the person is coming from, whether he was whether he was just within the community or what, something of that sort. If at all was within the community, he would be taken home, so the burial preparation would be done. And now what happens now, because you'll find that when it comes now to the burying of the dead, yes, when it comes to burying of the dead, people are not just buried aimlessly. In the olden days, even till now, people are not just buried aimlessly like that somebody is dead, now you just point up, you just go and then say that this person is going to be buried here. No. First of all, if this person had a lot of no, first of all, let us talk about maybe the ages. If this person died and the person didn't even have a house, let's say, for example, this person has died and the person never had a house. Maybe the person was just living in the city, spent his days in the city, and now he was never came. He was not even that person who used to frequent home. You see, so this person maybe didn't even have any house. There are those kind of people whereby you just stay in the city, you don't even build a house at your birthplace. So if that happens, what they used to do is they used to build a structure, just a small structure to resemble a house, whereby the body would be kept. Yes, whereby the body would be kept, just to symbolize or to show this person that at least this was your house. So that's a small structure is whereby the person would be laid, not laid like to rest. No, the body of that person would be kept inside there. Yeah, so that small structure is going to be a representative of a house. So woe unto you, the wife, the widow of the dead, because after that you won't even have a house. That was the first thing. You won't even have a house. And there was a lot of procedures that were conducted, especially to the widow. If at all your husband died without building you a house, that is also another story for another day, because it's a long one. But that I don't want to talk about it now. That will be in another video. So the person was taken there, and then funeral arrangements would be done. The burial would be done afterwards. Then if this person maybe had a house, but he had not even like gone out of his way to build his own homestead, the person was still living in his father's compound. The person's body, after the person's body is taken to his house, the main viewing of the body was conducted in his mother's house. So if at all you wanted to view the body, you just go to the mother's house. That is where the body was now being kept. They would take the body, take it to the mother's house, and that was it. The Luos were never afraid of the dead. They would even sleep with the dead. Because they would just, long ago when the coffins were not there, not the coffins necessarily, the morgues were not there, they would just take a mat. After taking the mat, maybe adjacent to the door, they would spread it and then take the body, place it there and cover it with a sheet. So if at all you want to view the body, just come, remove the sheet, view the body. After viewing the body, you go your way. So that is how they used to do it. They take the body, put it keep it in his mother's house. Not unless, and that is where the body will be sleeping day and night, not unless this person had his own home, whereby he would be taken to his wife's house. So what happens? what happens if this person had his own home. If this person had his own home, whereby the home would be called so and so's house, the person, and maybe the person had maybe other wives. The person was a polygamer. So if I told this person was a polygamer, the person's body would be kept in his first wife's house. That is where most of the viewing will be taking place. So the body, if I told he had like more than one wife, the body will just be taken for briefly, like just briefly, in the in other wives' homes, I mean houses, but the body would be removed before dawn. The body would be removed before dawn. It was a taboo for the body to sleep in other people's houses, in like in other co-wives, in other wives, the junior wives, in other juniors' wives till morning. It was a taboo. So the body will be taken there for like some hours. Thereafter, the body will be taken before dawn. The body will be taken back to the senior most wife's house. That is where the body will be taken, and that is where the dawn will find the body. So they really valued the first wives. They really valued first wives. The Luos really valued first wives, that anything that they did, the first wife was always put in front. It was always given the first priority. So that was how it was done. The body was taken to the senior most house. That is where most of the viewing of the body would be taken. That is where by the dawn would find the body. Thereafter, maybe it was, if I told it was during the burial, the body would get from the first wife's house to the burial ground. I think we're together there. Yes, I think we're together there. Till now, I think we are now at par with each other. I think you're trying to understand what I'm trying to say, which means that each and everything that you are doing, they would always consider the first wife. And now, what it came to, like, because most in the African society, they believe that the body, you must have the last shower, so the body must be washed. It was supposed to be cleaned. Yes, even if you died when you are still clean, the body was supposed to be cleaned. So, and that is what they used to do in the house. The people assigned, maybe the brothers would come and clean the body and then dress it up. If at all it was about maybe shaving the beards, that is maybe when it concerns the man of the home, they would come, shave the beards, something of that sort, just to make the body presentable for the views, for the viewers, and also to make the person know the spirit, because they believe that the dead always sees whatever is going around. The dead always watches everyone. Yes, the spirit of the dead is never like dead, is never dead. The spirit of the dead always roams around in the homestead and roams around the village and just roams around. They believe that the dead always sees. Yeah, because the dead always comes back in form of dreams to tell people that, you know what, this is not going well, and this is what is supposed to be done. You see? So this is a long video. I believe it's a long video, and I can see that it's gonna have part 3 of it, because I can see it's still long. Yes, and I don't want it to be over 20 minutes or so. I don't want it to be over 20 minutes. So I can see that it's long. So we are still going to have a part 3 of it. It's very interesting, by the way. It's very interesting. When you sit down with the Luo, especially with the Luo elder, you're gonna learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot of things that you'll be like, you even wonder, were these things really happening? Were these things real? So it's a long story. Yes, so part 3 of it is going to come. This is part 2. If at all you haven't watched part 1, please go back and watch part 1 of this, when it comes to burial, death, and burial arrangements among the Luo communities in Africa, that is in Kenya. So till we meet again for the 3rd part of this video, Remember to be good. Remember to subscribe. Remember to like. Remember to share. Remember to tell a friend about us. Till then, stay safe. Peace.